Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome to my channel. And today I just wanted to share with you 10 ways to save money on fuel for your vehicle, because as of April 1st here in Canada, the new carbon tax law was put into effect, and it has raised our fuel prices quite significantly depending on where you are. But still, nevertheless, fuel has risen and it's more expensive now to drive. So I thought I would share with you some of the ways that I have saved money on gas and ways that you can save on gas as well. So yeah, it's a really cold day here in April. It was so nice, but now it's cold. But anyways, let's get back to my tips. So the first one is, which I'm doing right now, is consider downsizing. Right now I drive a GMC Envoy, not by choice, but it is a little bit oversized for me and what I need, and it uses quite a bit of gas, so I'm trying to look for a more fuel efficient vehicle, a smaller, maybe a car, because this one is just costing me a fortune to fuel. And I have to drive, since I'm out in the country, I have to drive my daughter to and from school. That's basically all the driving I do, and my gas is still pretty high. So that is the first one. The second one is empty your vehicle. Try driving with nothing sitting in the back except for your spare tire and maybe a very small emergency kit, and just yourself and whatever you need at the time. Don't lug around a bunch of extra stuff everywhere, because it does add to the gas consumption. Number 3 is don't idle your car for any reason. I don't even let my car warm up in the winter. I let it sit for maybe 1 or 2 minutes tops. I don't wait for it to get warm. I just get in, I let it run a little bit so it's not so cold that it breaks apart, but I have never had any issues with any of my vehicles, and I have never let any vehicle warm up. And yeah, and even in the summer, some people leave their car running with the air conditioning going, or when you're waiting for your kids to come out from school, or if you're just driving in to run a quick errand. If anything that you're doing is going to take longer than 10 seconds, it is worth it to just turn your car off. Even if you're doing online, or not online, but going through a bank and drive-through, turn your engine off if it's going to take you more than 10 seconds. It uses less gas to turn it off than turn it on if you're going to be there for a few minutes anyways. Number 4. Keep your car maintained, regular oil changes, change your air filter, etc. Make sure you're using the right oil, and that will save you money as well. Number 5, this one is a huge one, but slow down. This actually makes a huge difference. I've noticed a huge difference in my gas just by slowing down. For every 10 kilometer you drive over 100, you're using up to 10% more gas, and that is quite a bit. So if you're driving 110, you're using 10% more than 100, and if you're going 120, you're driving 20% more, or using 20% more gas than you would if you just stayed at 100. And another tip that goes along the same lines, when you're driving on the highway, if you're just driving a flat, never in the mountains or really hilly spots, but just in the prairies, if you're just going straight, use your cruise control, because then you won't be fluctuating, stepping on it, letting it go, because that also uses lots of gas. So slow down is number 5. Number 6 is don't race start your car. I see a lot of people at green lights and then red lights, and then as soon as it turns green, they step on their gas so that they can be the first ones out. And then the same thing, like Try not slamming on your brakes when you need to stop. The best thing you can do is to slowly get back up to speed and avoid hammering on your brakes. So don't drive too close to people. And if you see a yellow light, instead of trying to speed through and then having to slam on your brakes, just slow down. And not only is this safer driving, but you're saving money on gas too. Number 7 is make sure your tires are properly inflated. I didn't always realize this, but it does make a huge difference. So check your tire pressure, what it should be. It's normally on the inside of your door, your driver's side door on the car. I don't know how to explain it, but if you open it, there should be something that tells you the proper tire pressure for your vehicle. And yeah, just check it regularly, every other week or something. Because I said as either too much or too little air in your tire will increase the amount of gas you use. Number 8 is remove any external cargos that are on top of your vehicle. Anything that's adding wind resistance will use a lot more gas as well. So also, if you're driving with the windows down on the highway when you're driving at high speeds, roll your windows up because you will use more gas, because the wind going through the windows creates wind resistance and therefore using more gas. So try to, as much as you can, lessen the amount of wind resistance. Number 9 is reduce the amount of air conditioning, because using air conditioning actually uses a lot of gas too. So in the summer, when you're in town driving maybe 50 kilometers an hour, which is I believe around 30 miles per hour, then you can roll your windows down and just enjoy the warm weather instead of the freezing -50 cold weather that will be coming soon again. So just use the air that is free outside instead of ramming your air conditioning, unless you're on the highway going 100 kilometers an hour. Then you can turn your windows up and maybe use the lowest setting of air conditioning and instead of having it, really outblasting on you. And the last but not least is reduce the amount of driving as much as possible by either walking when you can, or batch your errands together. So if you know you have to go to the bank and do groceries, and maybe you have an appointment, a doctor's appointment, or anything like that, instead of going on different days to everything, try batching them all in one day so that you can get everything done, and try and plan it so it isn't going from here, there, but all in one trip. And then also by staying home more and also carpooling will all reduce the amount that you use your car. And you can if you can, carpool with others. You guys can take turns using your vehicles instead of you having to drive all the time. So those were my 10 tips on how to save more money on gas, because I feel that right now, especially with gas prices, my gas has jumped quite a bit with this increase. So I really hope that these help you. And as always, I hope you have a frugabulous day. And until the next video, I look forward to see you then. Bye!